up, Jordan on GTA 5, and today is a very special video. What I'm going to be doing, I am doing up every vehicle that is in the Benny's, that is the faction donk, both versions of the factions, all the way up to the brand new vehicle that has just came out yesterday, which is the Declasse FCR 1000. So what we're going to do is, I've basically got all the vehicles and we're just going to do random ones. So I may start at the top and make my way down to the bottom. So yeah, pretty much that's what we're going to be doing. And let's get underway with it. So the first vehicle that we are going to do is the Faction Donk. Now, one of my absolute favourite cars in Benny's. I'd say it's in the top 5. Just for the fact that it's so unique, and also the fact that you can just make it look absolutely fantastic. So without any further ado, let's crack on with this. And yeah. What I'm just basically going to do with this whole thing is completely do it out. So I know exactly what I want to do with the vehicle. So yeah, let's get this underway.
Looks good. I don't mind saying.
Now we're not going to fully max everything out because some stuff just would not look nice with it fully maxed out, but majority of stuff is going to be quite good. But yeah, if you do enjoy this video, and I may even do it like all the customizations on vehicles that have came out in previous DLCs, is which I'm considering on doing. So if you do want to, you know, just let me know in the comment section down below on what you would like me to do.
Looking good.
So as I said, I do have rough colours on what I want to use on the vehicles, and as I say, it will look good by the time I'm done with it.
Bodywork to match the driver.
But some stuff you just don't want to do. What we want. Oh. Trying to remember what they are is really hard as well.
Making decisions is stressful. Those things are almost indestructible.
So yeah, pretty much the first vehicle there is the Faction Donk. As I say, I'd put that in my top 5 Benny's cars there. So we're going to move on to our next vehicle, which is the Moonbeam. Now, as you can see, I do have a bit of an obsession with vehicles. As you can tell, this is the top floor, and what I do is I put them in like height order, so all the big ones go at the top. But like on my main account, I do that even if I use them. But if there's something that's really nice that wants to be on the bottom floor, I will do it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I'm just trying to make sure that I get this done right. I mean, as I say, I've got like rough estimates on what I want to do with the car and stuff like that. And maybe one time what we will do is mess about with it and absolutely trying to find out what I'm gonna do here. I literally cannot have a clue or remember what I was planning on doing with this vehicle. Oh, that was it, yeah. So what I try and do with each one is I try and make it look crazy as I can, basically. And if I can, I'll make it look completely crazy. So, as I say, I do have, like, estimates on what I want to do on my cars. Like, make them look pretty good. But as I say, sometimes people might look at me and think, nah, you shouldn't have done that. But I look at it and think, well, I think that looks quite nice. Pretty much the way that I do this is, if I do it right, I normally make this look, yeah, what I've done with this vehicle is I have actually messed it up. So what I do is I normally do that. Actually, yeah. I know exactly what I've done as well, because I'm trying to make it look all like
You gotta spend all day in there. May as well look nice.
crisp. What we're up to? We've done the hydraulics and interior. We've just done the liveries. We've done the respray. We had the roof rack onto it. We had the spare wheel, transmission. Fully do out the back. Smash a turbo on it. You know, stuff like that. And the type of wheels that I do normally use for this, so hard to try and remember what I use. Because when I do, it's gonna hit me in the face when I figure it out. So I normally used to use this wheel, and then what I do is I just do something like that and just completely black it out. But sometimes I don't black it out to make it look a bit more crisp and better. So as I say, this is going to be all vehicles out of Benny's, and it's going to be a long live stream. But as I say, I've literally, the ideas are in my head. It's actually, majority of the ones are going to be the way that I used to have them, because I've had pretty much every Benny's vehicle on my main account. As I say, this is just like a second account that I've got, and I thought that this account would actually be the best thing for me to do my live streams on, pretty much. So yeah, that's why I've now started doing a lot of live streams. I believe the way that I used to do this, right, now I'm trying to figure this out.
It's cool and comfortable.
So the weird thing about this as well is that even though you think that this vehicle is actually rubbish, it actually looks really mad once you've done it up, and it really does suit it. So yeah, that was that.
Baby's all grown up. Nice detailing, if I don't mind saying. Look at her now. Don't she look pretty? Bodywork to match the driver.
Shit.
You gotta spend all day in there. May as well look nice. You've got an eye for this stuff.
As I said, it's pretty much going to be the same wheels as last time. So when I'm trying to think of what they were called, I think, yeah, it was the chrome. Yeah, it was this one. And what I just used to basically do was use this all the time. It was pretty much the easiest one to use, and I just thought it was great. As I say, I don't normally black out the windows on my vehicles if they've got massive speakers in the back that you can see, but depending what it is, completely do it. So we're kind of trying to fly through these as quick as possible so that the live stream's not as really long. As I said, we have done what? We've done 3 so far, so it is starting to look quite nice. This, it actually is in my top 5 favourites as well. I used to really enjoy using this car. As I say, not many people actually enjoyed it as well, but I was absolutely a massive fan of this, just for the fact how crazy you could make this look, and it looked absolutely great, as I say. But a lot of people didn't enjoy it due to the handling of it, but I thought it was great.
Just don't run that thing in here.
I used to make it look proper menacing as well.
Looking good.
I remember when it first came out, everyone was so into it. They were like, oh, this car's going to be great. But then no one actually got it, just for the fact that everyone thought it was crap. But I enjoyed it. And I used to try and make it look really crisp and good. So what I used to try and do is, if I remember right, I tried making it look like a World War II.
Hope it feels good.
A World War II fighter jet. So pretty much what I did was like put like ridiculous things on it that you wouldn't think, and a lot of people like enjoyed it in a way, but as I say,
There you go.
now you may be thinking that, wow, a lot of the colours on this aren't that good, but as I say, and the wheels on this I actually did different as well. What I basically used to do on this was when I figure myself out, is try and sort it all out. Excuse me, there seems to be a bit of a problem. Let's do that there. Oh, there we go. Seemed to be a bit of a problem there. So what I actually used to do was drive this around quite a lot. Oh, what the hell's going on here?
Okay. That should help you on the school run.
Right, so there was a set of wheels I remember on the Benny's website that looked really mean and sinister looking, but now I'm looking, I literally cannot find them.
How many cars you got in this garage again?
I think it was like a Viking that I used to use on this, and then I kind of put like a it must have been a black that I used to use on it, and I put a really thin white wall on it.
You're not gonna get a flat.
But yeah, that's pretty much what that looked like. It was similar to that, but as I said, that was one of my favourite cars. But also the next one was as well. Now, the reason why I enjoyed the Primo is the actual fact it was a 4-seater,
What can we do to
but also the way mine looked when I'd done it. It was kind of like a colour that no one used, because what people used to do with this car was just, they wouldn't even look at it in a way. They'd just literally think, wow, what's all that about? I don't like it.
maybe it's all grown up?
And stuff like that. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great looking car, and as I say, it was one of my actual favourites. So when I find it, I don't know if that was it actually.
Everyone will know what you're packing.
Might have. I think that's what it kind of looked like, and then I had a lot of the engraved stuff, just for the fact that that made it look really nice. And I used to have the engine on show as well, which I enjoyed. But the best thing about this car was, and you're kind of gonna get the colour of it in a minute, was you could actually fit like your whole
Bubbles or something?
people in the car, like all your mates could fit in it, which worked out really good. So if you were driving
Spend all day in there.
and all your mates were like, oh, can I jump in your car? They actually could. It was really enjoyable. So that's pretty much why I used to enjoy using
That's
this.
a gear stick.
And you just go around and just go absolutely crazy on everyone. You can kind of get the hinkling at the moment that it was red.
I've got that installed for you.
And I don't remember if I had an underglow on my original one, but I thought, just for the simple fact, actually it was the most expensive one. See, I didn't think it was, but a lot of people have done like different stuff with it. So I literally cannot remember what the make of this car was. Was it the Albany, or was it the Declasse? Does anyone remember? If anyone remembers what vehicle, like the name of this vehicle is, that would kind of be great, because I cannot remember for the life of me what it actually is. So what I used to use was like a graphite red,
Girl is looking good.
and then for the secondary it was pretty much the same. No, it wasn't actually. The secondary colour was actually a white
Look pretty.
that I used to use, because if you look at it, it actually changes the colour of the seats. And now that I look at it, I actually used to use white lights for the interior as well, and I did really like it. And it was pretty much the same wheels on this as well as every other vehicle that I've been using. But what I'd done on the wheel colour, it was, I think it was try and pronounce this right, it's a Gan Red. And I did, as I say, I did really enjoy this vehicle, and I did just used to do the white walls on that as well. Had a bit of blacked outness on the windows, just because of the fact that it did look so crazy and sinister looking, and it was actually white lighting that I used, just because of the fact that it would kind of show it through. And that's pretty much what that was. That was my Primo, and it was an Albany. It's an Albany Primo. Now this vehicle I did have, I think, the Virgo Classic. I don't actually remember if I did have one, or if I did, I just had it to do it up and see what it looked like and then sold it, because I didn't really like it. And it was a long time before I actually used to do me live streams that all these cars were out. So yeah, pretty much that's what that is. No, I literally don't remember this vehicle at all. I hate curb feelers. I think they're really stupid. Not my cup of tea. But yeah. And now, see, now that looks absolutely weird, this car now. I'm looking at it.
Nice pipes.
Yeah, I literally do not remember this car at all now that I'm looking at it. So this car actually is one of the very few Benny's cars that I've not had before. So what I'm going to do is just a white interior for now. And this one's going to be quite fun, because when this is done, it's going to be the first car that I've not had of Benny's. So we're going to have to change the steering wheel as well whilst we're at it. So we'll do that for now. We'll just make it look black and white for now. As I say, I don't believe I did have it. If I did, then completely cannot remember it. So yes, I do remember having it now, because I remember doing it. It was pink. I remember having it pink. So if I remember rightly, what I actually did with this car is I made it very feminine.
It's cool
And yeah, it does not actually have a hot pink on the actual colours of the vehicle, which is really weird. So yeah, that's pretty much this vehicle. I do remember now. And as I say, it was pink, but I believe that it was... We're not going to mess about with license plates. We'll leave license plates. I'm sure everyone knows what the license plates look like. They're pretty much the same on every car. Yeah, what I done on this vehicle when I actually had one was I just done it all pink. Now I remember it. And it did look nice, but in a way it looked disgusting as well. It was not my cup of tea at all, and now I can see why.
I hope you know how to use this thing.
Absolutely disgusting. Now I look at this, it's probably one of the worst Benny cars, I believe. If anyone actually has had all the Benny's vehicles, you know, let me know what you thought was the worst Benny's vehicle. I believe that this is one of the worst ones gone. Right? I'm sorry, but you look at that. That is disgusting. I'm actually glad that it's up here, because it's out the way. I mean, I'd like the Slamvan and the Primo maybe to go down, along with the Donk. But as I say... And now this is where the cars start getting interesting as well, because all these cars now that you're gonna see are the ones that I actually kept. Like, I did keep some of these, but like all of these here, like I've still got some of them now. I'll never get rid of. But this is the next two are the ones that I never actually had, and I never actually had a normal faction. I always had the Donk. So I don't know if I remember having the Chino. So let's see what the Chino looks like when we fully do it up. So let's look at this. So we'll have chrome, and we'll engine block. We'll do the painted livery engine block, and we're just completely going to do this up now. Why not? I tell you what, we will actually put one of them on. And what I might do one time on a live stream, if everyone, like, if anyone even does want to be in a live stream, you know, please comment below, and let me know your name on PlayStation 4, and that can, like, let other people add you as well. And what we could do is we could actually do like a massive car meet of some sort. So if say there's a new car, the brand new vehicle, see what everyone's made theirs look like, stuff like that. I know that what I normally do when a new car comes out is I normally customize it, make it look quite nice, and then that's that. So before we actually do any of that, my days,
Your baby's got ink.
And I'm just looking now thinking, what the hell? Oh, I literally have no idea what to do with this car. Let's look back on the liveries, because that is disgusting. So what we could actually do is we could just have some white pinstripes basically, and just keep the car black and white. Just make it look nice, classic and plain, you know. So, and we'll have a white roof as well. There you go. That makes it look a lot nicer now we're looking at it. And there we go. So yeah, pretty much this car I do enjoy. It's nice, but you've got to completely like make sure you make it look nice, because if you make it look horrible, you just may as well not do it at all. So get the enhanced wheels and get the Benny walls on there, and we'll just darken the windows just a little bit. So as I said, that vehicle I didn't really have, I don't believe. That does not look like the vehicle I used to have. And the next one, now this one, when I had it, I actually kept it. I enjoyed this one quite a lot as well. This was kind of like, everyone has that one wacky car that looks completely crazy. So this is my wacky crazy car that I used to own. Me and a couple of my friends, what we used to do is, well, you'll find out shortly what we actually used to do with this. So when I try and find it, there we go. Right. So this one did look absolutely mental, and there we go again with the fucking curb feelers. I mean, I'm sorry, right, but no one I know likes curb feelers. There's no point for them being on the car. They look ridiculous. There's just no point in it. So we'll completely max that out. And this was my crazy car. So if anyone's thinking, what does he mean by crazy car? You're kind of going to see in a minute, just by the interior. Now, I can't remember if it was like that. But as I say, you're looking at this now and you're thinking, what the hell? Yeah, it was kind of one of these crazy cars that you know, absolutely mad. If we were thinking to yourself, what are you doing? So yeah, that's pretty much what this was. And I believe if I do this right, was something like that. So yeah, I remember certain little bits of it, and now I'm looking at it, yeah, I remember it, because a lot of people did used to have the most expensive one, and what I done was really mad with this car, whoops, is I made it look completely daft. A lot of my friends were like, Jordan, what have you done to the thing? And I was like, what's wrong with it? It looks fine. Stuff like that, and they all thought I literally had lost my marbles and thought I was crazy. Pretty much is what happened. So I had an orange, and then the secondary colour, I literally, the secondary colour, what I'd done is, due to the fact that there's not much purple on the car, is I made the secondary colour purple as well. And now I'm looking at it, I remember something that I did with the interior. Was, if you look on the outside, it's actually like a leopard on the actual detailing. So that's what I used, a leopard, and I think the actual interior colour as well was actually yellow. I think I did do it yellow just to mix it up a little. And as I said, this was my favourite car of the time when it came out. It was really enjoyable. It came out with the first bunch of Benny's vehicles, and I absolutely enjoyed it, and I thought it was great. So as I say, pretty much near enough all of me Benny's cars as well did actually have white wall wheels on, just because I wanted to make them look like low riders and stuff like that, so I did enjoy it. So my next one, now this one I believe I did buy one, and what I've done, I just kept it pretty much all black. I didn't put no liveries on it or anything when I had one. So, oh bugger, nearly got another faction donk, but it would have been alright. We could have just got a new one, which would have been fine for now. And yeah, pretty much what I'd done with this one was I believe I did put them on, and I did just keep the interior black, and I pretty much made the whole car look plain when I done it. As I say, don't hold me to me design, because I literally cannot remember anything on me vehicles. So yeah, I literally, the thing what I done with this was I didn't have a livery on it. I just basically, what I done was paint it all black. It was literally all black. And the reason why I done it all black is shortly you will see why. Because if you have watched me videos, you'll know that I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan. And what I do is, if you do watch them, you can see that I do like Fast and Furious videos and stuff like that. So what I basically done, and I'm just gonna keep the underglow on it, is I replica cars of Fast and Furious on GTA. So what I actually did with that when I had one is I just basically kept it all stock. Because if you have watched number 4, Dom, when he's with Letty, and it's two, like, I think it's 2 Brazilians are in it. They are chasing this oil tanker, and they just basically just cause havoc and try and get it, but they don't actually get it because it falls off the cliff, which is quite funny in a way. So yeah, that's pretty much what that is. And for some reason, yeah, now I kind of, so yeah, pretty much what happened on that was it drove off the edge and completely went mad. So what I did used to do on this one though is, this was actually, this is in my top 5 as well, the Sabre Turbo. I might have to start doing a top 10 cars, because I'm just thinking we're not even anywhere near the end of this. And right, nowhere near the end of it, and I've already said like, oh, this was my top blah blah, because there's that many Benny vehicles that it is going to be a bit of a challenge to say that they're all my favourite. So this one, it was up there. I used to race with this, and I did have one of these. These were actually my second car I ever had when I first joined GTA Online. This was before Benny's came out as well, just for the fact that it was a rare car. Not many people had them. You know, you could only have so many rare cars. So it was the cars that there were back when I first joined. It was like the Sabre Turbo, the, what else was it? There was the Sabre Turbo, and there was the Sultan RS. That was one of the rare ones. And then you had the Tornado that was on top of the mountain and stuff like that. There was a lot of rare cars back back in the day, and this was one of my favourite. I did have a Sabre Turbo as well, and I did enjoy the Sabre Turbo. I used to race in this quite a lot as well, just for the fact that it was one of the fastest muscle cars. But everyone said it was the Gauntlet, but I didn't believe them. I still believed at the time there was actually the Sabre Turbo. So yeah, it was quite fun when it actually got announced that this was the fastest muscle car. I don't know if it is now. I couldn't tell you. There's been that many updates with GTA over the months, well, over the years really. A good year since all the lowriders came out. So I know that this is a bit delayed and stuff, but yeah, so this I did enjoy. I'd put it in my top 10 for favourites, just for the fact that, you know, you could really fling this about and stuff. And this was, I believe, my first lowrider I actually got. So when the lowriders came out, because I did have a PS3, and then I needed to transfer my account and stuff like that. But I never actually got one PS4 until long after it came out. So basically, and I had two designs for this as well. So what you will see is you will see two different designs for my do you know what? That just made me remember. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the two different designs of what I did used to have for this, and they were pretty much the exact same design, but one of them had the white underglow, and the one we're going to do actually had an orange underglow on it. So what I used to do is I used to use this, so it was all white, it was just basically plain, and I basically used that, made it look nice and crisp. But then what I also done was I had the flames, which I enjoyed, and whenever I did have this car, it was matte black. And no matter which design it was matte black. And then what I used to do is put a white roof on it, or have it as a convertible, but I never actually decided which one I liked the best out of them. It was always like a competition, and I used to always favour the classic clean one. But since it's been a while, I've always now starting to look in a way more towards the flames, just cause, as I said, not many people drive Benny's cars anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Benny's kind of went dead until the recent update, where they brought out like the Nero Custom, the Elegy Retro, stuff like that. So it was a real shame when Rockstar, you know, unfortunately made Benny's go off. And I think what they should have done as well is at least put Benny's on single player, so that people could actually look at what they wanted before they bought it. So it was a bit of a shame, but as I say, you can't always please everyone.
There it is.
And I did enjoy this one. As I say, I had two designs for this as well. If I got the rusty version, I was put the beds on, and I'll show you what I had, but because I don't actually have the rusty version, I am going to show you what it used to look like. So what I used to do on this was when I actually get it all sorted, and now I have no idea where the exhausts are. Was when I used to do this.
Look at her now.
There we go. Right. So, when I used to have it, I used to have a leather interior. Then the trim colour was white.
Don't it look nice in there?
And then the... No, I don't remember what this was for. I literally do not remember this. Right, so it was probably like a purple, I think. And there we go. Yeah. So what I actually done was tried and made it look as purple as possible. And if I found it, there you go. And when we get the livery as well, I will show you the livery of what I actually used to have. So when it comes to it, and I think I used to have a bit of red on it.
Wouldn't be official without the flag.
And the lights were white. I mean, as I say, I did really enjoy the
I've got that in
Tornado when it came out. It was really nice to drive. You know, it was the fact that you could have it as a convertible or not. You didn't used to always have to drive it back to Benny's and go, oh, I want to do it. So what I'll show you is I'll show you the livery I used to have when I had the rusty version. So it was this, and it kind of was a tanned colour. But as I say, because we are doing a non-rusty version, I used the girls because it's a lot better. And the colour that I used to use was a bright purple. Well, yeah, it was a bright purple I used to use. And then the roof would actually be a, where's it at? Crocodile roof, just to have it white, which I really liked as well. And that was this is pretty much what my Tornado used to look like, and all the wheels were pretty much the same. I used to really enjoy the wheels that I've got on at the moment, just for the fact you could have chrome on it, but then you could have the bit of colour on it as well, but not too much colour, because then you wouldn't want to like make it absolutely smash and clash and stuff like that. So yeah, as I said, that is the Sabre, not the Sabre Turbo, sorry, the Declasse Tornado, which I absolutely loved and enjoyed. And now we are coming up to the most newest Benny's vehicles, or the best ones in my eyes. So this one is the Banshee 900R. Absolutely fantastic car. I remember when it first came out, everyone had one, but it was broken. It was like a little Easter egg off number 4 when Brucey had one and he was trying to do it, but he couldn't get it working and stuff like that. It was absolutely fantastic. So what we are going to do is we're kind of going to go for a clean look. So if I can, which I don't think I'm going to be able to, am I? Is we'll keep that stock, and I'm going to use primary or secondary colour, it doesn't really matter. And I always use that one because it's like the 3-tier ones, and I really did enjoy this when it came out. There were so many different ways of doing it, stuff like that, and I did enjoy that. That was one of my favourite bits for a while. So what we are going to do, we are going to do a blue one. Now the reason why I'm going to do a blue one is a lot of people would say, oh, why don't you do the let me think, the Hans one and stuff like that. And the reason why is because the Hans one, hi Mr. Chili, big shout out to Mr. Chili there, thank you for watching. The reason why we are going to be doing it blue is I did do my Banshee 900R blue for a while. As I say, I've had it look like Dominic Toretto's or Fast and Furious number 1. I've had the one I've currently got like Hans off Fast and Furious 3. So I'm trying to figure out how I used to have it. I think I did have that livery when I'd done it blue. I'm just trying to completely think now. So what it basically was is I just used a classic colour. So what it was is I had a classic blue with it, which I thought everyone thought, oh, what colour was your car when I used to do it? And I had it as a classic blue with a classic ice white. Just pretty simple. It was a really simple car. And I tried and made it look a lot like a Dodge Charger, Dodge Viper. If anyone knows what a Dodge Viper is, you know, I used to do that. Just make it look like a Dodge Viper. Really nice car. And yeah, I did really enjoy Dodge Vipers. So that's what that was. So I made it look like that. And I didn't really have that much of a big spoiler on it. I kind of like to keep cars, what's the word, kind of like smooth in a way. I don't like to overpower a car by like having massive spoilers on them and stuff like that. So what I try and do when I do up a car is I try and make it look nice, plain and simple. Because there is no worse than when you get a car and it's just completely crazy, and it's just not worse really. So I believe that's kind of how I used to have my Banshee. It looks a lot familiar. I think I might have had a different bumper at the front. I think I did have something like a bolt on arches just to kind of go with the back end of it. Something like that. I literally cannot remember. Or it might have even been something to look like that. Just to try and, you know, make it look similar to a Dodge Viper. Because I remember when I was a kid, Dodge Vipers were my absolute favourite vehicles. I actually used to do a bit of art and crafts when I was a kid. And when I done it, I actually done a Dodge Viper. And I remember there was a Hot Wheels magazine and I sent it in a Hot Wheels. And they sent us a free car and a certificate saying congratulations, your picture's been published into the Hot Wheels. It was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. So this next one is possibly my second favourite Benny's car of all. Just for the fact it's a Sultan. I do really enjoy Sultan RS's. I mean, before, not too long ago, I used to drive mine around all the time. Just for the fact that I absolutely enjoy it. I think it's a great car. And it's absolutely fantastic. As I say, this car is one of my favourites of all. So, what we are going to do is we're going to basically make this look like, how can I say it? If anyone's ever watched, not watched, if anyone knows, like, there's a rally car of a, what's it called? There's a rally car, is what I'm saying. And the rally car, what it is it's an Evo. And Evos are really nice cars. I enjoy them a lot. You know, I'm a big fan of Japanese imports. Just for the fact that, you know, they're so unique and great. And what I've basically done with this, and you're gonna laugh when I show you it, is there is a rally car that basically looks like this that I'm gonna do, and I recall seeing it. I mean, it's got to be from years ago, this rally car. I think it's like 1993, back when I was born, so I'm kind of going back now quite a bit when I say that. So it looks a lot like Redwood, and what I just used to do for this was like an ice white, and it was just basically a classic red. It was pretty much that simple of a vehicle. I mean, just looking at it, it was pretty much identical to it. When I first saw this car came out on GTA, I was like, this is a great car. I thought it's going to look absolutely great. You know, it's going to remind me of the one on the back on number 4, where you used to have to go to the third island behind the little house and stuff like that. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, I did really enjoy it. And as I say, a lot of people, what they've done with the Sultan is, this is what got me. A lot of people used to do the Sultan RS when it first came out as an Evo. Sorry, not an Evo, as a Subaru Impreza. There's a livery where it's yellow and blue, you know, if you've had one, you know what I mean. And when everyone used to drive around in them, I actually done mine up like this, and I had it like this for months. Months and months, a good 3 to 4 months, and I used to still drive it. And then what I done was, I basically scrapped it, and I went for the one that I've got now, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I've made it look like Brian's off Too Fast Too Furious. He's Evo that he's got on there as well, because I do believe that it's got a look of an Evo on it, that Sultan RS. So this is the new one, well, one of the new ones, and this is the Elegy Retro. Now, as I say, I do really enjoy this. This is by far a fantastic car that came out. I think Rockstar have done really well with this. As I say, can't go wrong with it. And yeah, so I know that a lot of people are going to say, oh, you should do it as this car and stuff like that. I'm not, because I've got the idea in my head of exactly how I want this to look. So I need to do that as primary and stuff. So we'll put the engine upgrades on that. Let's smack them on. Let's do that as well. Hood accessories. Let's just do that. And then let's just do a vented hood there as well. So as I said, there's literally, I think we've only got like 3 or 4 cars left to do on this one, and I'm just gonna, this isn't gonna be exactly identical to the car that I'm trying to replicate. It is just gonna look a bit crazy compared to it, but as I say, I am gonna try and make it look similar-ish to it, and if you can tell what it is, then top marks for you there. But this car is kind of, you know, it's off Fast and Furious, that's what it's off. So if you can tell which one it is and off which Fast and Furious before I actually do my Fast and Furious garage, then, you know, massive hats off to you for actually getting it, because not many people actually know that this is also a car of Fast and Furious. So that's pretty much, if you get this, then hats off to you. As I say, it doesn't have all this stuff on it. It doesn't have all these little gauges and stuff like that, but you know, I'm gonna try and make it look kind of similar to it. And as I say, what it does look, yeah, the pizza boy, but do you know which pizza boy it is? That's what I'm trying to say. The livery's called Pizza Boy, but if you can actually guess which Fast and Furious this is off, then a massive hats off to you there. So I'm just going to basically do what wheels I think would be on this, and I'd say 6-spoke wheels. You know, I couldn't really tell you what was on this vehicle. As I say, if I had YouTube, sorry, not YouTube, but Google, I would Google this vehicle to let you know exactly what it looks like. But I will be doing it in one of my Fast and Furious videos, which will be coming out within the one from Dom's intro. Yes, it is basically that. So yeah, I know which one you're thinking. It's the one that I can't remember his name, but I remember he gets shot on number 5. And I think he dies, and he has a little kid as well. It's a really good series, the Fast and Furiouses, and they look absolutely crazy. Some of the cars, because I've noticed with every Benny's cars that kind of look similar to the Fast and Furious ones, the Rockstar actually copy them. They try and do 2 liveries on each car, which I've realised what they do. Domino's. Domino's car. No, it's not the Domino's car, mate. It's not actually Domino's car. So, but yeah, as I say, this was one of the worst cars I think that Benny has brought out. I have not enjoyed this Retro Comet at all. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not really my cup of tea. This one, as I say, I didn't enjoy it. I think I had it for about an hour all in all, and I got rid of it. Just was not my cup of tea at all. I really despised it and hated it. So what I'm just going to do is have a quick scroll through. I might do that, as I say, not getting the pun there and out, and just basically mess about with that. So see what we can do with this. So we can make that look lime green. Then what we will do is we'll possibly have it like a black or an ice white, or we could actually do it like the kind of colour grey that's on the iFruit bit, which that is completely nowhere near. That's probably the closest you're going to get to it, and it just looks absolutely mental. Horrible car, as I say. I really hate this car. Not a big fan of it at all, and I think I'd keep that. So if anyone does have this car and they actually like it, then, you know,
Stick to the speed limit.
let me know.
I'm joking, of course.
As I say, you can try and make this look like a rally car, but I wouldn't suggest doing it, just because this is probably the worst one. It's not that nice at all. As I say, horrible. But the next one is one of my favourites, and I think I will replicate it off the one on my main account. So this is the Nero, an absolutely fantastic car this is. Absolutely love it. Fantastic in every way. There is a glitch that you can do to take the spoiler off, but I don't actually believe it works anymore. So what I might do is, yeah, what we're gonna do on this one is we're just basically gonna completely make this look like the one off my account.
Looking good.
So what I basically done with this was,
Now you can read the book by the cover.
if you picture it without like an exhaust, sorry, not an exhaust, a spoiler, you will kind of know what this is gonna be like.
Good as you.
So what I've done was, so I'm not gonna do the interior the way that mine is, just for the fact that
That what you were looking
my
for?
interior is pretty much stock on this vehicle, but I'll put the same colour light on it. So no, I believe the light colour I've got is actually,
There it is.
I think the colour of the light that I've got is blue on my original account. So I basically, that's a livery I've got. I kept it pretty much standard. Didn't really mess about with that. And what I've done is I put an ultra blue with a pearlescent of an ultra blue. Now I know what you're thinking, that's pretty daft. But then what I ended up doing not that long ago was I changed it just to an ultra blue. So, and the secondary colour, it was a midnight blue, but then I just changed it to a black, just to do a black and a blue on it, really. So that's what I've done. And then I've kind of got the black stock wheels as well, just to make that look really nice. And I really enjoy that. So the roof accessories was, I do have that on, but some of the stuff that they put on this vehicle is pretty good, but it really like messes about with it. Just could have had it there, so we'll see if we can try and there, right, so there is a way of doing it now. So you can take the spoiler off still, but you've got to try and get it done just right, like that. And there you go, that is the spoiler took off on that car. So if anyone didn't know how to do it, that is how you take off the spoiler. You just scroll all the way through all of them, and you pretty much take the spoiler off. That's how easy it is. As I say, this is one of my favourite Benny's cars. I know it's new, but I enjoy it a lot. I drive it, and that's that. Now this next one I've not actually owned either, and this is one of the new bikes. Now this is the Declasse. So when I do this bike up, it's completely new to me. As I say, fantastic that I've not had one. So without any further ado, let's see what there is for this. So there is really quite a lot of customizations for this. So I'm gonna do a Featherlight primary, and then the fuel tank. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna do a primary race one. What we're gonna do is just basically, wow, these customizations are absolutely mental. They are absolutely crazy. So I'm gonna do that, and then the frame, you can actually mess about with it. So I'm gonna do a chrome frame for now. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do a secondary, and then the front mudguard. By the looks of it, there's not really that much to do on it. So I'm gonna have that, but then the rear mudguard, I don't know. It does look pretty weird. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the primary again. The engine block, let's do it full chrome. Engine filter, where am I looking? At the bottom. So you can make this thing look really nice if you want. As I said, this is gonna look absolutely mad. Them exhausts though, crazy. So light colour. So this is the colour that you actually look at on the dashboard. Not on the dashboard, on the bike when you're driving along. Right. So the liveries we've got is just a normal white line, a black one, a blue one, a yellow one, a gold one, some white race lines, some black ones, red tribal, blue tribal, purple tribal, yellow, green, red flames, purple flames, yellow flames, green flames, some extreme red flames. I have no idea what that is. Let's put that on and because I've completely messed that up again. Let's respray it. Right. So I'm gonna put that on just because I actually don't know what that is. That looks really nice. So I'm gonna need a better look on this when I go and do it. So right. So you can actually change the colour of the seat on this as well, which is absolutely crazy. So what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna make this look crazy. So you can make it look like it's got cog wheels. If I can kind of see what I'm doing. So let's have a look what I can try and do to make it look like a cog. So we could do the Celtic ones, which kind of would be good. So yeah, I think we'll do the Celtic ones on this. And yeah, so let's do that. And I'm gonna do them white just to try and go with the bike. As I said, they do look really nice. And when I can't, there we go. So I'm gonna need a better look at this as well, just because I've not actually seen this bike at all ever done up. So let's just have a good look at this bike. And I actually do really like the look of that bike. Obviously, if I might mess about with it and see what best designs is for it. But that looks really agile and nippy. You know, it looks dead light as well. So that looks really nice. That, considering I've not had one, I really do enjoy that. So yeah, defo great bike. And this is the new one. Now, I've saved this one for last, just so if anyone actually wants to mess about with this bike and stuff like that, you can. So I have done a live stream on me customizing this bike. So what I am going to do is I'm going to customize it completely different to how I did in my live stream. So I think we're going to try and make it look more futuristic and stuff like that. So we're kind of going to do it a stubby one. So let's have a look. Let's do that one. And then the fending. Oh, this is the front. So, right. The front. Half body fender. Right. Full body fender, half body fender. Let's go for a full body fender, and then the frame can be the secondary colour, along with the mudguard. Now the mudguard at the front, what can we do with the mudguard? Let's make it go nice and racy, I think. And then the rear one, let's go for a race one as well. As I say, do you know what? We'll go for painted ones of them. So as I say, yeah, this is completely different to the way I've got mine online. I mean, I made mine look like a military bike and stuff. Hello, Mary. Howland? Mary Howland. However you pronounce your name, I'm sorry, I've got dyslexia. But hi, welcome to the stream as well. As I say, look completely crazy. So yeah, I think we're gonna do it red, because I don't believe I've actually done a red vehicle on this. And then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna change the colour up a little bit. So the main colour here, we might even do a bit of a yellow in it, just to do like a golden yellow. I'm not too sure how many subscribers I've got. I may have about 21 at the moment. You know, trying to get them subscribers up though. is what I'm trying to do. So yeah, what we are going to try and do is just mess about with this. And then the seat, same as up, we've kind of got a bit of yellow in this. Yellow and
You've got an eye for this stuff.
there we go. Right, so basically this bike is crazy. So let's see what we can do with the wheels as well. So let's go for more of a... We'll go for that. And then I believe that's what we got. Okay, Mary, I was unaware that I had 22. Must have got a new subscriber during this video, I think. So yeah, so this is pretty much what this looks like. As I say, it looks absolutely crazy when you look at it. And that was a race yellow. This bike, I'm not actually that fond of when it looks like this. I really enjoy it more of a military vehicle. You know, if I had more of a mess about with that, it would look a lot better. But as I say, this live stream's been going on for a good hour now, hour and 15 minutes nearly. So I'm gonna call it a day. So my favourite vehicles in this are the Nero, the Elegy Retro, the Sultan. They're really my favourites. And then if we make our way up the stairs here, then we do have the Banshee. I really enjoy. The Tornado looks really nice like that. I might actually get myself one back on my main account, because I really do like that. Also, I do enjoy the Sabre Turbo as well. The Voodoo, just for how crazy and whack it looks. I do really enjoy that. I miss it actually. I might actually get one of them back, because that is one of me favourite ones there. And up here, defo would have to be the Dunk and the Slamvan. They're defo up there with my favourites. The Primo, I'm kind of not fussed on that much, just because of the fact that not many people would look at it and think, what the hell you driving? So yeah, I would probably say that this live stream has been quite enjoyable. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up, just like my character's going to be doing just now. If you are new, please subscribe, like I believe Mary has here. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm gone.